We begin tonight at 6 with the FAA's reduction in flights nationwide because of this ongoing government shutdown.
The move is expected to impact thousands of flights daily. So take a look. You can see there are 40 airports, all here highlighted in red, that are expected to be impacted. And yes, it does include Indianapolis International Airport. Our Brandon Schaff spent this day out at our airport looking into what this potentially means.
Travelers here at the Indianapolis International Airport are preparing now that officials have confirmed that this airport is one of 40 across the country that will see a reduction in flights. There are about 40,000 people flying through Indianapolis International Airport daily, meaning that this could affect roughly 4,000 people. The Indianapolis Airport Authority says that it's unclear if it'll be a 10% reduction in flights right away on Friday. IAA Vice President Steve Dillinger says that when this begins on Friday, people should give themselves more time before their flight.
We will be slower going through TSA, so we would recommend people, if they do have a flight, to get there at least 2 to 3 hours early to make sure they can make it through security all right. But unfortunately, we're not going to know which flights might be affected and which ones are not until tomorrow.
Ahead of the reductions beginning on Friday, one traveler was in Indy for work and another for the marathon this weekend. They're both keeping an eye on their upcoming flights, hoping these reductions and the government shutdown end.
The thing that I want to worry about the least is just getting back home safely and not having my flights delayed or anything because of work and travels.
There's nothing within my control that I can do, right? So hopefully they're going to be manageable and to work with the airlines and the TSA.
Dillinger says some flights could be canceled and others could be moved to another time when it's less busy. Brandon Schaff, 13 News.
Now, coming up tonight on our 6:30 newscast over on WTHR Plus, we'll take a look into what your rights are if your flight is canceled and what responsibilities the airlines have when it comes to booking you another flight. Been a nice fall day out there, and we've got some nice sunsets underway, don't we?
Oh my gosh, Scott, I can't pick a favorite tonight. They all look fantastic, from Bainbridge to Noblesville, Bunker Hill to Greensburg. Just a few clouds overhead making for a really nice sunset. Evening temperatures in the 50s early evening. Once the sun goes down, as it has, we'll drop through the 40s late evening, upper 40s, low 50s. What you'll need on Friday, grab the umbrella. Not everybody will need it. Not everybody gets the rain, but there is a rain chance before sunrise through about lunchtime. And then it's short sleeve weather again. 61 at noon, highs tomorrow in the upper 60s. Another great night for Operation Football tomorrow night. Temperatures will fall into the 50s for the second half of those games. And then a big change coming this weekend. We go from 61 on Saturday to 42 on Sunday. Rain and snow chances to track.
All right, Angela, thank you so much. There is a family that is mourning tonight. They are mourning the loss of their mother and a wife. They tell us that Maria Perez was killed Wednesday night up in Whitestown.
Yeah, police tell us she had the wrong address for the home that she was cleaning. Ella Rhodes talked with the family today.
The family of 32-year-old Maria Florindo Rios Perez will never be the same. Her husband, Mauricio Velasquez, saw the last moments of her life. It's not easy when the person you love, your partner at home, is taken from you, just like that. For me, at that moment, seeing my wife in my arms, already lifeless, covered in blood, I felt they tore everything from me. Whitestown police say Perez worked for a cleaning crew and had the wrong address. Police say they came to this home after they received a call for a possible home invasion. When they arrived, police say they found Perez on the front porch of the home dead. Police say they later found out the woman never entered the home. Velasquez witnessed it all just steps away. I ask for justice because the person that did this is not right in the head. Perez leaves behind her 4 children, from 17 years old to 11 months old. It's not possible that he is free while the children are suffering with the pain for their mother. Perez's cousin, Vilmar Alvarez, wants to know why the shooter couldn't just injure her instead of taking her life. If he was so threatened, at the very least, if he was that angry, he could have shot her in the leg, immobilized her. The entire family wants justice so they can find some peace. The only thing the family is demanding is justice from that coward, because that coward is one of the worst kinds of people that can be here. The family says Perez was a hard worker, good mother, and always attended church. Very sad for her, because she was a good woman. She was a fighter. A family mourning their beloved mother, wife, and cousin, looking for answers. In Indianapolis, Ella Rhodes, 13 News.
Police in Whitestown today tell us this is an active, open investigation. They plan to give us an update on this case sometime next week.
Right now, a murder suspect is in the hospital after a shooting that involved Fishers Police. It happened around 1:30 this afternoon near 91st and Masters Road on the northeast side of Indianapolis, north of Castleton. Police tell us officers were trying to serve a warrant when investigators say the suspect led police on a chase, crashing into a fence at the Salm Golf Course. State police say the suspect shot at police, who then fired back and injured the man. No officers are injured after this incident.
This morning, the Indiana Attorney General sued IPS over its immigration policies.
Our 13 Investigates reporter Sierra Putman joins us now live in studio with what she's learned about this lawsuit. Sierra.
The AG says the district is breaking the law by restricting how employees can work with ICE. And today in court, he's asked for a preliminary injunction to stop the district from enforcing those policies while the case works its way through the courts. Attorney General Todd Rokita's office posted this video on YouTube Thursday, announcing his suit against Indianapolis Public Schools.
IPS currently maintains policies, unfortunately, that frustrate ICE's ability to do its job.
On its website, IPS says it will cooperate with Immigration and Customs Enforcement as required under the law, and that it will require proper legal documentation from ICE to enter school facilities or buildings. A district regulation also prevents employees from collecting or sharing the immigration status of a student or their family. Rokita says that violates a state law which prevents schools from restricting how employees assist immigration efforts.
Now that's why my office, with the assistance of AFPI, is filing a lawsuit against IPS to force them to comply so that they put Hoosiers first.
The lawsuit points to a January 8th incident when it says IPS would not release a child to a father in ICE custody and instead put the child in touch with an immigration attorney for the evident purpose of advising the minor on how to avoid accompanying his father back to Honduras. The AG did not release the child's immigration status and did not answer 13 News' question if the child is a U.S. citizen. Immigration attorney Sarah Burrows says that matters because ICE cannot force the removal of a U.S. citizen child if they have a trusted adult caretaker. She believes this lawsuit is part of an effort to increase ICE's presence in Indianapolis.
The idea of federal agents, often masked and in full uniform and flak jackets, going into schools is just diabolical.
Now, the man standing next to Rokita in that video is the executive director of the American First Policy Institute, a right-leaning think tank. On its website, the group says it promotes the America First agenda, which is a phrase often used by President Trump's administration. Now, we've reached out to IPS about this lawsuit. The district has not yet responded to us.
We'll have more on that tonight at 11. Thanks so much, Sierra. Still ahead tonight, the Monumental Marathon returns to our city on Saturday.
The reason that this weekend's event is much more than a race for a particular Hoosier. Angela?
And Marie, we're expecting 60s tomorrow and again to start the weekend, but from 60s to snow showers in the 7-day.
And a proposal to ban gender changes to your Indiana license receiving some pushback tonight.
Why advocates for the LGBTQ+ community say it's about more than the look.